Hey, I'm back. Um, it's been a while. This is episode 25 or volume 25. Well, the holidays happened, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I got busy with the production and I kept like, hey, I'll get to the next one. And I didn't watch a lot of movies either. So I think the last one I did, I think the Halloween time, maybe early November. So I've watched a few things, definitely some updates to talk about. I think this year, I'm not necessarily going to do it every week, so don't be looking out every week. Hey, it's going to be once or twice a month. I'm going to try and have more guests on, so when I do it, it's a little more exciting, except for my face. Anyway, this is volume 25. I do have some fun stuff to talk about, and let's do it. Let's jump right into it. So during that time, I was working on a production called Jacko 2, Fredo and Ray. And after it wrapped, Sushi and I went to this restaurant bar called the Catacombs in Ybor City. So they had movie trivia night. Oddly enough, it's not why we went. It's just we kind of ended up there, and I think we got like second place overall. It's a little disappointing. We should have gotten first, considering we're movie people, but whatever. Um, anyway, we got enough. You build up points with the more questions you get right. We got enough that we both got a cool prize. So I got this cool Tiffany from Child's Play, or Bride of Chucky rather. Sushi got a Bob's Burgers pop something. She'll have to tell you. I couldn't remember exactly, but I really wanted this. They had this cool striped gremlin. I guess the people that got first place, they got that, but I was happy enough with this. I've always liked that character, and I'm a fan, so that was pretty cool. So anyway, that's that. Next up, all right. So Hobocop, it's out, it's available. I still have signed copies with the slip, without the slip. If that's not your bag, that's what the regular cover looks like. I don't. Can I show the back cover? Sometimes we can't. This one, I guess it's safe. This is the prequel to Descort Service. So if you buy this and the box set that Sub Rosa has, you will have everything Descort Service. So this also includes the shot on video version of the original Descort Service as a special feature. We made 50 of those back in the day on DVD, and then it was never ever released. So this is the only other way to get that version of Descort Service, and that's my preferred. And I think it has a couple added scenes in it, if memory serves. I don't know if that's in the original cut. There's a couple more deaths. So if you want that, you want to see the shot on video version of Descort Service, Hobocop's the way to do it. And then get the box set from Sub Rosa, and you'll have everything. You'll have everything Descort Service that was ever created. I think, unfortunately, on the box set, they mismatched some of the commentaries. I think like part 2 has part 3s, or it happens. I'm sorry. Other than that, it's complete with everything. But this is Hobocop. That's the slip. I was really happy with the way these slips come out. Yeah, it might be hard to see, but this is kind of embossed. And then we got signatures from Sushi, Aubrey Fowler, Chris Woods, myself, and Bob. It's kind of hard to see there, but he's signed as well. Gotta have the Hobocop sign Hobocop. So that's Hobocop. Get it from me now. It's not available anywhere else at the moment except through me. It will be available, on a wider scale when I have time. But you can always, any of my movies, you can always contact me on Facebook, Instagram, my website with my email. You want something, I'll sell it to you. You want multiple things, I'll cut you a deal. So there's that. So yesterday, actually, I was in the mood for this movie. I don't know why, but I watched Pet Sematary 2. So the original Pet Sematary, some might say it's a masterpiece, and I'd agree with them. I really like part 2. It was the first one I ever saw. It used to come on cable all the time, and I saw this before the first one, so it's what I knew. And at the time, Edward Furlong was a popular actor when I watched it, and I think I can't remember the actor's name, but he plays the stepfather of the other kid in the movie, Clancy Brown. I think he might be passed away. Double check on that for me. I could be wrong. He is in Highlander, as well as a bunch of other stuff, but he is hilarious in this movie. Like, kind of a dark humor, which I really like dark humor, but he makes the movie for me. I don't know what it is, but the character he plays, he's this gross stepdad / police officer, and he works wonders with it. He's the star of the show, in my opinion. He makes the movie better. But Pet Sematary 2 is fun. You like the first one? Check out the second one. I know there's a remake, but Pet Sematary 2. Check it out. All right, so we're gonna kind of talk about all these at once. I got on a Richard Pryor kick and Gene Wilder. So you got, well, let's do them individually. They're worth it. See no evil, hear no evil. So I remember when this movie came out in the theater, and I was excited about it. I think it might be one of their last ones together. And you could tell Richard Pryor, like, his health was starting to. I could see it in his face, like he wasn't quite as spry. He lost some weight. With that being said, they both did a phenomenal job with their roles. Richard Pryor can't see, Gene Wilder can't hear, and they work together to, foil a crime that Kevin Spacey is plotting. Oddly enough, what the irony? Not that kind of crime. And it's an early role from Kevin Spacey, and he's got this like blotchy thing on his face, and if you research it, it's a cyst that he had to have removed, but. It was just so weird that, in a Hollywood level movie, it's like, why didn't he do that first? Maybe they wanted it for his character. I don't know, but you can't stop staring at it when you watch the movie, this cyst on his face. So I couldn't really tell you the plot, but I remember the cyst. Anyway, this is a fun movie. Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder, comic duo. I think my favorite comedy duo ever, assembled. And from what I heard, they weren't great friends. They didn't hate each other. And this is what I heard. I didn't know these guys. But they weren't really that close. They worked really well together, and then they did their own thing. But you see a lot of people that work together in movies, and they're not really friends. That's why they're good actors. So anyway, hear no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. Sorry. All right, next. Okay, The Toy. Now this one is just with Richard Pryor. This movie would not get made today. I'm not going to go into detail with it. Also stars Jackie Gleason and Scott Schwartz, I think, in his debut role. You might know him from Kidco, and probably best well known as Flick in the movie A Christmas Story, the kid that sticks his tongue on the pole. Same kid, So he's this rich kid that basically commandeers Richard Pryor to be his toy. His dad offers to get him anything in the toy store, and he wants Richard Pryor. So Richard becomes his best friend in the movie and helps him work through his problems. Kind of a coming of age movie a little bit, about a young kid just going through the struggles of life. And there's a lot of fun stuff in this movie. There's a lot of things you wouldn't. If this movie were made today, it would be totally different. I'm not going to go into detail, but fun movie nevertheless. And I'm a Richard Pryor fan, so anything he does, I'm going to watch. That's The Toy. All right, next up, just with Gene Wilder, this is Blazing Saddles. Again, another movie that would not get made today, at least the way this one was made. And Richard Pryor's not in this movie, but he's credited as one of the writers. And he was supposed to play Clavon Little's part in this movie. And I think based on the research I did, the studio didn't want him, or I don't know what the whole deal was. And from what I heard, he was upset about it, and he's not in the movie. With that being said, Clavon Little does a great job. If Richard Pryor was in it, I'm sure it would have been awesome, but it's just not, what we know. So who knows how it would have went. With that being said, Gene Wilder, once again, does a knockout role. Mel Brooks, it's a comedy masterpiece. I've watched this movie 50 times. Funny every single time. So that is Blazing Saddles. All right, next up. This one's just with Gene Wilder. Unfortunately, no Richard Pryor, but a great movie nevertheless. And Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein. Possibly one of my favorite installments in the Frankenstein world. Gene Wilder plays young Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein's son, and basically does the same thing his dad did, but with a much more comical tone. And Peter Boyle plays the monster. Terry Garr is the love interest. You got Marty Feldman as the Hunchback, all-star cast. Cloris Leachman. I know I'm leaving out a couple other people, but this is a masterpiece. Young Frankenstein, hilarious movie. Mel Brooks' take on the Frankenstein story. So that's that. All right. Last up from these two guys, Silver Streak. Again, There's something in this movie that happens. I won't tell you what it is. This would not get made today. This is a PG movie too. There's a couple things in this movie I was watching. It's like, wow, that was considered PG in 19. This is late 70s, I believe. Oh, I don't know the year, but I'm pretty sure this was late 70s, and I can't see a year on there. But fun movie. Richard Pryor plays a car thief. Gene Wilder plays, what the hell is he? Does he do? He's just having some romantic escapades on a train. It's very Hitchcockian. There's a murder, and I think someone's getting framed for murder, from what I remembered. I a little toasted when I watched this. Um, but Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder, once again, comic duo, funny movie. There's one scene that I find funny, but it would be questionable today in the train station where Gene Wilder is Richard Pryor is trying to teach Gene Wilder how to be a certain way. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And I find it funny. I'm sorry. These guys, they're from a different time period, and so am I. But that's Silver Streak. I don't know if this is streaming or not. I think it's probably one of their least popular ones. They have a couple other ones. Stir Crazy. A couple more they teamed up on, but this is a good one too. So that's Silver Streak. All right, next up, Reindeer Games. I watched this during the Christmas break. This one doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. Ben Affleck and Charlize Theron in a Christmas caper movie. Also stars Gary Sinise, Danny Trejo, Dennis Farina, Ashton Kutcher in a very early role. I think he's pretty much almost a glorified extra. He's got like a line or two. Fun movie about Ben Affleck. He gets let out of prison. He's having Charlize Theron's his pen pal, or not really. I won't say all the details on that. They end up teaming up for a casino robbery, dressed as Santa Claus. But there's some other twists and turns. I don't want to ruin it for you because it's really a good movie, and this one doesn't get talked about enough. And I watch it almost every year. It's a fun movie. It's an action movie. It's like would go good as a second feature after Die Hard. So that is Reindeer Games. Silent Night, Deadly Night. So I've seen this movie 100 times, but I watched it. Did not get to see the remake, or the second remake, actually. Yeah, because they made a movie called Silent Night a few years back, and then the newest one, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I heard good things from my friends, but again, I can't say they wouldn't make this movie. They would make it the way they made this one. There's no way the new one has some of the stuff this one has. I watch it every year. Kind of a down note, kind of depressing. I enjoy it. All right. Okay, so Steve Rudinsky. A Meowie Christmas. So this one was a lot of fun. I've seen a few movies that Steve has put out. I enjoyed this one the most. He's kind of known for Christmas movies, and he really shines in this. There's a lot of one-liners in this. There's a lot of homage stuff that I really appreciated. There's a little Home Alone. There's a little. I do that a lot in my movies, so I appreciated seeing it in his movies. I thought it was kind of fun. Just hearing some of the lines from other movies. Kind of put to be comical in other places. Fun movie. It's my favorite Steve movie to date. He said I should check out his movie. I believe it's called Amityville Christmas. Check me if I'm wrong, Steve. I'm not a big Amityville guy, but I'll watch it because you made it, sir. Anyway, pick this up from Steve. Fun movie. All right. The Running Man. Saw the remake. Didn't like it at all. So it made me want to watch the original. This is classic. Is it my favorite Arnold? No. But fun movie, fun action movie. I think just a way better storyline in the remake. And had everything I wanted. Had big muscle-bound steroid guys, had some death, and had a game show. I like all those things. Combine them all, you get Running Man. Check her out. Okay. Spinal Tap. So I watched the remake of that too. Rob Reiner, R.I.P. This might be my favorite movie. I don't know. He's got so many, man. This movie's hilarious. This is like a mockumentary. A lot of people in it, about a fictitious band. And there's so much funny stuff in it. I can't even name it all. This movie is a 10 out of 10 for hilariousness. One of Rob Reiner's best. It's streaming on HBO Max right now, along with the sequel. Sequel was okay. There's a couple funny things, but it's 30, 40 years later. How good can it be? That's Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap. All right. And last but not least, another Rob Reiner masterpiece, A Princess Bride. Again, yeah, they don't make stuff like this anymore. You know, if a movie now came out called A Princess Bride, I think I fought my parents. I was like, I don't want to watch that. Is it for girls? And this is for everybody. This movie is a masterpiece. I think Carl Elwes, I can never say his name correctly. My favorite role he's ever been in. Andre the Giant, uh, Christopher Guest. Who else is in there? Chris Sarandon. I mean, Robin Wright. I think this might be her first movie. Yeah, introducing Robin Wright. All-star cast, great special effects, great story, great wardrobe. I don't know if this movie won any awards, but it should. Oh, and Fred Savage and Columbo. I can't think of his name. Columbo, also in the movie Princess Bride, classic movie. So I'm not going to go in depth too much more, but I am running the Die Delta Pi 2 campaign. It is on Kickstarter. We are about $500 short of our goal. Please, please help us. I don't want to sound like I'm begging, but I am. We need that. We need that because if we don't get that, then we don't get the whole sum. It's all or nothing campaign. Indiegogo is no more, at least for me. So Kickstarter only does all or nothing campaigns. So we need it. So if you're thinking about buying a copy, now's the time. So anyway, keep an eye out for everything, and I'll see you guys soon.